teaching you about some basic steps which will be very important for your Flutter programs in future, which is we call debugging. So I know this is like something out of the box, and this is not related to any app we have built in this time. It is like a general thing of coding which we use to like get to the errors or anything in the code, right? So this is very useful, which is called debugging. Debugging is nothing but, in simple terms, if I say, just let's go with the accomplishment, right? So debugging is simply nothing, right? So debugging is like when you want to like dry run your code. So what is dry run? Okay, so dry run is nothing but like running your code in your mind, so like using your brain power without going for the compiler. So using that we can come up with a solution, or we can find the answer of like if the certain loop or something logic is not working as you expected, you can dry run that logic and get the correct answer, right? And similar to that, we use debugging. Debugging is mainly used to find the bugs in the app or the code you have created. So it uses mainly to find the compile time error, so runtime error. So basically what types of error are. So for that, in this video I'll be covering the types of error and the start of the debug phase, right? So which is types of errors. So basically in general there are 4 to 5, but we will be focusing on a few. Okay, so one will be a compile time error. Compile time error. So these are the error which occurs at the time of the compilation. So basically this examples would be, if I tell you the examples, it would be like dependencies, clashes, okay, then anything, no package issues, and all the other, right? So basically these are the error which comes when you like you don't have the error like showcase in this, but when you run the code it will give you the error in the debug console. Okay, so this is the first compile time error, right? After that you have a normal error which you see here, right? If I just write this syntax wrong, this is our normal compiler or code error, right? So this is also a basic error. After that we have what we call a compile time error. Compile time errors are very useful and can be solved using debugging too. Okay, so I will discuss about the debugging in both the part. Okay, then we have, okay, just let me make okay, so let's make a multi-line comment, and then we have a runtime error. So these are the main type of error. Okay, so which occurs at the runtime, right? At the runtime. So basically you will say like it is very vague definition, but it's the exact definition. So in simple terms, it occurs like when you do certain action, when you open the app, when you open or do certain action on the app. So then what's the runtime error, right? So for example, if you I'll show you the runtime error, right? So let's give you an example of a runtime error. For that we will go to our home screen, decoration we have created, right? So as I told you about this, if I go color, make it outside, okay, and now I refresh it, okay, you can see there is no error, right? We can use it completely, but as soon as I open this, we got an error. So this is a runtime error. This is not a compile time error because code was compiled, like working perfectly, but when we run the app, it's giving an issue. So this is what the runtime error. And so fundamentally we use debugging to solve this type of error. Okay, so I will show you how we can use the debugging. So this is very easy problem, and this solution is also given in the answer too. So but if we can still use the debugger here, I will show you how we can do that. First I will just come out of the screen. We don't have any error, right? So one of the main difference between both the errors will be compile time error cannot be solve using debugging. Basically debugging cannot be applied, basically cannot be applied on compile time. Okay, so that's the basic debugging. And on the runtime we can apply the debugging to solve this, to solve the issue. Okay, so that's the main difference. Another difference would be it happens on some action or call, right? It happens on the initialization, right? That's the basic difference. So now you get both the errors, right? So that's why. So now moving forward with how we can use the debuggers. Okay, so let's do that, right? So this is the run and debug part. This is what you will use when you want to use the debugging thing. So let's go with the home screen. Like we have one run problem which is like home, and this is giving an error. So how you can find the error, right? So we know this screen is causing the error, and I am getting the error when I press this floating exclamation. So basically what we have to do is we will go to, okay, what happens when we float action button is pressed, right? So we can diagnose that much. Then we will go to the function. Okay, we will add a debugger. So here you can add a breakpoint. Breakpoint is nothing but system where your code will be stopped. Okay, this is what debugging is called. We are debugging the code and getting the exact problem, right? So I added one debugger here, okay, and then I added one debugger over here, and then I added, just a second, one debugger over here, right? So this is like automatically set on the bus, so I can now be sure, right? So now I click on this, so you can see we didn't get any error, but we are stuck on the show dialog. So we can make sure that our code till this line is perfect, no issues at all. Then we will go move to the next debugger. You can move to the next debugger using this. You can jump to the next line using this. You can go to the next line, you can go to the next step, and you can go to the next line using this. So it is like I go to the next line. Okay, so it is going very deep. You don't have to, basically you have to do this. So you do that, it will jump to the next debugger. So from this breakpoint to this breakpoint we move, right? So we can make sure, we can also now say that this amount of code is working perfectly and it has no errors, no issues, right? Moving forward, we have our debugger just over here, and our problem is here. Okay, so we'll say we don't reach our debugger, so which means our error is from here to here, right? So this is where now it's very simple. So for the next time we will go it here. So this helps you find the error, right? So we go to there, then go to the next line. We know this has error, so we just this time we will make a small debugger. Okay, and we get the error, right? Because at the creation we can see. So you know this part of our code is wrong. So now you can read the problem and select it. Okay, the color is out of the background. Just do it up. And color up, and this done. Restart it. Boom. 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 Okay. You can see all your breakpoints over here. You can remove them, edit them, and I'll also show you one advanced step how you can achieve that. Okay. Again, I'll do this. I will just put it outside. It's a runtime error, right? Always remember, when using the debugger, don't ever save, right? So if you save it, it will like cause some problems like right? I will show you about more in the about the debugging, advanced debugging, watching the variables, and all the configuration stuff in the next part. So stay tuned. Have a nice day. Bye.